Hello there. Welcome to another mixed martial arts conversation for Sky Sports. Looking ahead to the co-main event at UFC 259. Amanda Nunes going up against Megan Anderson, former UFC fighter. Mark Weir with us for this one. Very grateful for that, Mark. Good to see you again. How enjoyable as an aficionado of the sport? How much do you savor just seeing Amanda Nunes in action?
Yeah, she's replaced. I remember Ronda Rousey. I used to run down to watch her fight, and I thought, wow, I can't believe MMA women's like putting butts on the seats. It must be good for the sport as well. And I had a few women joining my gym because of that. So it's nice. I didn't like it when she lost, but it looks like she sort of like took over that mantle, that throne, and I'm looking forward to this fight.
Yeah, with Amanda Nunes, you mentioned the inspiration for women, but do you feel that sometimes she's excluded from a conversation about the UFC's greatest of all time, which includes male competitors? I know Jeff Wagenheim, there's an article in the ESPN, people can look that up over the past summer, saying that actually she should be included in the conversations with Anderson Silva, with Khabib, with George St. Pierre. Do you agree with that? Do you sense that she has done that with the names on her CV, the likes of Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm, that she's conquered?
When you think greatest of all times, or you think about it. What she did went up against Cyborg, and Cyborg was taking everybody out. She made Cyborg look like a beginner. She's like, her power was unreal. And again, just like anybody else, when you go up a weight, you always think that you got a disadvantage. She carried it over, no different, and she can grapple as well. To me, she's probably more perfect than Ronda Rousey in the way that she's well-rounded.
When you look at her, Mark, as a trailblazer for women's sport, clearly, but do you feel just for the sport of MMA, arguably on this card, even with Israel Adesanya and Jan Blachowicz, there's an argument that she would be more recognizable in non-MMA fans' households than the other competitors. Is that fair? Do you feel that she's been an important part with people like Ronda Rousey of actually promoting the sport more so than some of the high-profile male competitors?
Well, I know at my gym, when she's fighting, everybody talks about her. She's made her mark now, and the way it wasn't like she just won the fight and went a distance, or it was she destroyed her opponents. So to me, they're not really, UFC normally does, but they're not really capitalizing on this. She's definitely, to me, she puts my butts on a seat ready to watch her. I got to admit, in the past, some of the ladies I've watched doesn't really get me going, but not if any, the standard is rising and rising all the time. I think in another 6 months to a year, the all ladies division is going to be unreal. The levels just rising all the time, I believe.
And MMA an inspiration in that sense for other sports, isn't it? There's very few female athletes who compare with the notoriety, the respect and fame, I suppose, of a lot of MMA female competitors.
Yeah, I think I think Nunes, I think she's going to be harder to beat than Ronda Rousey. She had the floor. Her floor was more the stand-up. Although she got better, it wasn't fast enough. Amanda Nunes is well-rounded, and I think she could be like the equivalent to McGregor, Anderson Silva, all the greats in the past. I think she could be the first woman to take it to certain heights where all other women were trying to aspire to be that sort of level or bring it to that level. And once you set a standard, it's easy to pass it, isn't it? But you've got to see where it is first, as a target. And she's got a very, very good chance of becoming like on all the front pages of magazines. I think within the next, if not this fight, but next 1 or 2 fights, I think UFC is going to recognize that. They need to I think they're more behind Ronda Rousey back in the early days. She was everywhere, and they're really behind her. But they need to do it. They need to do the same thing, and even beyond that with Amanda Nunes. She's a real deal.
That's interesting. Megan Anderson, how do you assess her chances? The bookmakers don't really give her much chance. 13-2 outsider. Is that fair, do you feel, with what the
she's very tall, she's very big. Invictus championships, I'm sure she comes from. She's like she's very long range. I think she poses a problem if she can use her reach and don't get too involved. If she's very skillful and can see her strengths and use it, I think she could cause a big problem, which is a lot of footwork, a lot of long shots with her legs and picking with her hands. And she's very powerful as well. So, it's not to be underestimated.
Yeah, she's got the height advantage, I think 4 or 5 inches, reach advantage of 3 inches. Does she need to sting Nunes early to earn her respect? Is that the key for her game plan?
Yes, 100%. What's the point being big and that long range and that and not using it. You don't want to be fighting Nunes where she's stronger inside, and you know, she shows it in all areas. You know, she's a double title holder as well, so she's coming in very confidently as well. So it's like I think definitely has to keep it long range.
Yeah, Anderson's two losses, recent losses against competitors that Nunes has dispatched with relative ease. In terms of her mindset coming in, do you feel it has to be aggressive? It has to be seeking to make a fast impact if you're Megan Anderson?
Nunes seems to headhunt, so I wouldn't say aggressive, because that means you might get into a brawl, which might end up the worst out of the outcome. But I think she has to be tactical, but use a lot of slipping when she comes swinging. Remember, she could be fighting going backwards because she's got the reach. She can also be first to throw because she's going to reach her before Nunes reaches her. So in other words, she has to be first, or again, learn to move and hit at the same time, because she's got the advantage with the reach.
Yeah, Nunes has got that power, as you say. It's probably challenging to trade with her. She's been a knockout machine as well, but she showed in the last fight she's comfortable on the ground with Felicia Spencer in that victory as well. Do you feel like is she seeking at this stage of her career to add a variety of victory to it, or do you think Nunes is just concerned with a W? What do you expect to see from her?
She always goes for the finish. I can't see her doing anything different. And I think she's even more motivated from what I'm hearing. Obviously having a new child as well, a new family member. And I think, you know, all the eyes are on her now. She's a double champion. And I think to do it, you want to hold it as long as possible. And I can't see any reason why, she should come in doubting herself in any shape or form. Now, you know, with Megan, she's going to have that pressure of trying to live it. Everybody's going to write her off, and it puts more pressure on her. And she knows she's coming out to a beast.
What about motivation for Amanda Nunes? You reeled off some of the victories there, of course, Cyborg, Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, Misha Tate, and no disrespect to Megan Anderson, maybe not in that pantheon of legend is she facing here. How does she keep that fire burning, that motivation? Is it simply just the next thing? Is Nunes resetting her goals all the time?
Once you're a champion, they all say it and they all know it. No fight's easy, because you're beating the best of the best, because they got to earn their rights to fight you. So you just know from day one, you have to have a set, strict routine. And I think she knows it's going to be hard for her, Megan, on this one. But if you think about it, there's Dan Lambert's doing a coaching and that, and he's also doing a fight underneath with Peter Yan. He's doing the same again. So her coach is going to keep her fired up. So the people she's surrounded, she's got champions training with her as well. You know, Amanda Nunes is going to have should have a perfect camp for this one.
She has to get her 21st victory first against Megan Anderson. Do you feel she's going to get it, and how do you see her getting it?
Well, I'll be an idiot trying to bet against her, but I can't see. Well, I always say to everybody, when you've got a good challenger, the title holder has got experience and they're fighting people at title level. And when someone first enters that, they're motivated, yeah, but the experience at that level is sometimes shocking. Especially when you go to the later rounds of round 4 or even a 5th round, because it's experience they've never had. It's okay training for it, but your body going through it, being beaten up, is a totally different kettle of fish. So I think champions has always got the edge when they've had 3, 4, 5 defenses.
So how does she win it, do you think?
I think by knockout. I think it will be by knockout. Possibly submission, but I think if I was going to put I was going to bet, I was going to say by knockout. And I think it'd be a hard fight. It'd probably be round 2 I believe round 2, because she's just so in your face. She'll wear her down. I think as small as she is, she'll get inside her, and she'll start hitting, taking chunks out of her.
Amanda Nunes, not for the first time to circumnavigate physical disadvantages. Mark, great to speak to you. Have a quick mention. You did mention your gym and how inspiring Amanda Nunes is to the fighters you have there. But you're coming back open soon, are you? What are you looking at? I know Boris has had his long list of dates.
Well, they're saying that it's going to be in April. The only problem is it does open in April. We've still got the distancing. Everybody doing individual drills and circuits and stuff like that. You can't interact. But they're saying, and I don't know if it's going to be true, towards the end of June, most of the lockdown rules are going to be dropped or passed. I reckon not all of them. I think you still have to do the masks in certain areas, buses and stuff. But I think all the rules, all the restrictions are going to be lifted. So I'm looking forward to that, because I know some of the guys want to do MMA, want to roll with BJJ, and the kickboxers want to, you know, interact a bit more. It's been a year. Everybody's been sort of like keeping that distance.
Yeah, can't wait for people to get back in those gyms as well. Mark, thank you for your preview as ever. Look forward to speaking.
Okay, thank you.
Look forward to speaking to you again soon. And remember, for more MMA content, head to skysports.com, and we'll be back for another preview very soon. Goodbye for now.